Peace and blessings to everyone. This is Artist of Truth coming to you with a short vlog. So, was having an open dialogue conversation with some sisters about a particular post that was dropped, and the post said, if a woman is paying $1,100 a month in utilities to pay her bills, she doesn't need a man. She's not interested in a man at that point. Which is, that's cool, Shit, you paying that much, it's quite obvious you don't have time for a guy. You don't have you don't have any time for a man, which I believe that's some bullshit, You make time for the things that you want to make time for. I've said that plenty of times before. It's just one of the things that is very, very weak when it comes to men and women is we do not prioritize our time, and we're not disciplined enough to do that. There's a lot of things you can get accomplished by prioritizing your time. So, of course, there were a couple of sisters that chimed in, and they were like, yeah, if he can't pay all my bills, he's no good to me, and this, that, and the fifth. So I couldn't help but to, I couldn't help myself but to come out and just say, why in Allah's name are you expecting a man to pay all of your bills? I'm like, hey, can you enlighten me on what the hell you're bringing to the table? I'm like, what are you doing with your money? And one sister, she was like, I'm saving my money. Fuck up number one. The other sister, she was like, shit, I'm gonna spend my money on things that I need and that I want. Fuck up number two. So, of course, knowing me, I'm very unapologetic, and I'll say exactly what's on my mind. So it just came out. I was like, fuck you mean? My thing is a relationship, whether, my thing is this. A relationship is a two-way street. I've never known a relationship to be a one-way street. Never. And if a woman is in a relationship with a guy and he's paying all of his bills and all of her bills, and he ain't saying anything, 9 times out of 10, your bills is not the only bill getting paid. Because when it comes to us men, we strongly believe in building together. I don't know about you all, about some of the men that you all have came in contact with, but me personally, I believe in building together, because that's what a relationship is about. A relationship to me is like a business. It is an investment. You are investing your time and your money into it. Now, if only one side is investing their time and their money into building the relationship and the other side isn't, that business isn't going to thrive. It's going to sink quick. So, one of the ladies, she was like, yeah, you must be a broke nigga or whatever. So I was like, okay, sure. I was like, are you single? And she was like, yeah, I'm single. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not. I was like, shoot, my relationship is built on working together. So in an area where she doesn't have, I have. In an area where I don't have, she has. So it's like we cover these potholes on our journey. And that's and to me, that's the sad part. Some women have not grasped that concept, that if you embark on this journey with a man, It's not all about you. It's not all about your wants, your needs, and your happiness. Because those wants, those needs, and that happiness goes on both sides. So, in a sense where you are happy because your bills are getting paid, you get to keep your money and spend your money however you see fit. And he's not complaining. He's not complaining about it. There are a lot of women out there who are probably in a situation like that, and they're happy with it. But the question is he happy? A lot of times you have some women that they only put their own happiness in the equation, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why you're single, because you think it's all about you, and it's not all about you. It's about the both of you. So that whole saying about happy wife, happy life. I was like, to me, I told someone else before, to me, that's bullshit. That's retarded. That's one-sided thinking, because you can be happy, but if the man isn't happy, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is he's going to find his happiness somewhere else. If he can't have that sense of happiness and peace in the home with you, he's quite obvious in the relationship with it. If he can't have that sense of peace and happiness, then he's going out and he will find it elsewhere. And then when you find out that he's cheating on you with someone else, then some of you become very sore and bitter and very destructive without looking at yourself, without reevaluating yourself. Now, of course, I know there'll probably be some sisters, they'll probably see this video and probably say something about it, which is, it's cool. But this video is strictly about the sisters. It's not to bash any of them. It's just to bring awareness that, hey, a man isn't, and it really isn't, you're not entitled to have a man to take care of your responsibilities. It's really not. He is a helpmate. Just like if you were to come into his life and he's taking care of everything, guess what? You are a helpmate. And if you are unable to do your part in that relationship, it's going to flop. So keep in mind when you make these remarks about, I need him to pay all my bills and this, that, and the fifth, nah, that won't last long. It's all about equality. It's all about growing together. And when it comes to a relationship, it's all about building. You can't just have one side that's building up and then the other side hasn't even completed the foundation yet. But in the meantime, in between time, you all have a great afternoon. Stay dry and be safe.